Oh, wait, no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 293 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, we're chatting about Elle Fanning x Kojima project. We're going to be talking about how mommy and daddy are fighting again over Call of Duty. We're ranking all the upcoming holiday games, the most anticipated ones, that is, and the PlayStation 5 console drought may finally well be over, at least in 2023, and so much more. With all that said, with all that out of the way, Mr. Kyle Stevenson, how are you, sir?
Whoa, sorry.
Let me fix this.
Whoa.
So with all that said, with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson, how are you, sir?
Oh my God, I feel... I thought you were mad at me for a second.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
what did I do?
It was me. It was my ADHD that skipped over to.
That's totally fine. I'm doing okay. If you're a patron and listen to our Road to Greatness episode, I sound much better. My voice is finally back, so I'm. The yelling and screaming from the Mets game and Comic-Con and whatnot is all over. But Joe, I have a very important question for you before we start.
Okay. I'm the one with the question.
I know. I didn't prep this because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Okay.
What mind-altering substance should I have before we start this episode?
What do you mean?
Should I go with the tried and true, or should I go with something brand new that I don't know what will happen to me?
Wait, do you have Mountain Dew on hand?
I'm not going to give you any other information other than what I just gave you.
Tried and true's Mountain Dew, right? Any long-time Trophy Room listener knows this. The mystery substance?
I could be talking about hardcore drugs. You don't know.
Exactly. But no, you're too good. You're too good. Let's do the mystery. I wanna be surprised. What is it? What do you have
let's taste what dreams are.
What
Coca-Cola Dream World flavor.
What?
It's supposed to taste like dreams. It literally says, I don't know if you can see it. It might be too bright.
Yeah.
It says dream flavored.
Oh, well, that's
Coca-Cola Dream flavored. So
that's upsetting.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. Kyle,
let's see what it tastes like.
Why can't you have coffee before a podcast like a regular person?
I don't like the taste of coffee.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It's like this is like a fruity Coca-Cola taste.
Is it like fruit punch? Punch.
It's like mango almost.
Ooh, real talk, Kyle?
It's not bad.
I had a mango donut today. My boss came up to me. She's like, "There's a Korean bakery just like on the town next over, and it's fantastic. Here is like a little like munchkin thing." And she's like, "Make sure you take the one with the mango." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm ready to be adventurous."
Yeah.
Honestly, go to your Korean bakeries because it was a gosh darn delight. It was really good because there was a little mango on top, but it was so. Can we
admit that mangoes are a top tier fruit?
I think we're ready to. Yeah.
Right. Like mangoes are delicious.
Yeah. Prunes below tier. Like that is an F tier fruit.
They have a utility purpose to them.
Yes.
Not
Apple,
like a taste
tried
purpose.
and true. Apples are tried and
absolutely.
true.
Uh-huh.
Banana is a staple, but like it's not.
I've had some bad bananas though.
Right. I mean, we've all had a bad fruit, you know.
Sure.
Grapes are great, but they make your teeth very sensitive.
Okay.
Cotton candy grapes are dangerous.
They should be illegal.
They should be illegal because it's like, this isn't fruit I'm tasting. This was made in a lab.
Shout out to nectarines and peaches.
Yes.
Love those. A good old Halo, a clementine.
Yeah, I was about to say clementine because they make it so it's easy to peel.
Absolutely. Delicious.
Yeah.
And they're good for you and for your immune system.
Is it really?
Yeah. Vitamin C.
Didn't like scientists make clementines in a lab? Isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
Somebody fact check us because this is a PlayStation
somebody
show.
made dream flavored Coke, so you know what? Anything's possible.
We're getting into like we're getting to the cyberpunk future, and I'm getting uncomfortable. Like now, I understand why like old people, like your grandma, your grandpas, didn't want the computer. Like I'm understanding why my grandpa thought the iPhone was the devil.
Yeah, I'm not ready for the day where you don't tell a story. You're like, hold on a second, let me show you, and then you jack your memory into their brain, and you don't even have to say anything, and they just watch your memory of it like a home video.
Yeah. But what if
terrifies me?
But what if you're you via USB, like almost like a Game Boy memory link?
Yeah,
remember that?
Still USB-C though.
Instead of trading Pokemon, you're trading memories, and you're like, hey, son, here's I don't know, something amazing happened, and I'm gonna show you this memory of like your father's first step. I don't know, but then you accidentally, it's like it's the time you lost your virginity.
Or just
wrong memory, little Timmy, wrong memory.
It's just your internet browsing history, and it's saved in a safe place now.
Yeah. Oh man, poor little Jimmy is gonna find out the hard way. But because here's the thing, I was watching. This is the worst segue, but I was watching the MetaQuest Pro Meta Showcase Connect.
That crazy looking thing.
Okay, first off, the thing that they ended with is you get to scan your face, and you have this real life looking avatar. That freaked me out. Did not like that one bit. And then they're like, here's this wristwatch that will read your brain lengths. And I'm like, don't like that one bit. That's freaking me out. Get me out of this. But that said, with the MetaQuest Pro, this is going to be the original first question of the night, Kyle. Woo! MetaQuest, they're out here acquiring things. They acquired the Iron Man VR developer Camouflage.
Yeah.
And Iron Man VR is coming to Meta. We have Wilson's Heart developer, Twisted Pixel, and Armature Studio, the team behind the successful port of Capcom's Resident Evil 4 for MetaQuest 2. But here's the thing, MetaQuest Pro, the super high-end pro model of the headset, $1,500.
Oh, boy.
Cool that Facebook's putting a lot of money into VR. This is great.
Yeah,
But do you see this thing being a realistic competitor to PSVR? Do you feel like PSVR 2 has an opportunity to undercut Facebook? What do you think?
Joe, I think I speak for everyone involved.
Please.
They better well undercut $1,500 because no one will ever buy a PSVR 2 if it's anywhere close to that.
Well, I mean, think about it like this. You're buying, you're going to be buying a PlayStation 5. Depending on where you are, it's either $500, $550. Then the headset.
So in that logic, if they're going to be similarly priced, then what? PSVR 2 is going to be $900?
Yes.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, let's be honest. Where do we think PSVR is going? It's still going to be a niche product. This thing's still going to be growing. It still is.
You're 100%. I could totally see it being the same price as a PS5.
Yeah.
I don't think it can or should be more, because as far as I still feel like they need it to be. It needs to be in homes first and foremost. Still,
sure,
it still has a lot to prove itself. MetaQuest Pros out here seriously looking and we joked about it before, the VR in the old 90s movies, in the mall.
Yes.
Where you go and check it out. That looks so futuristic, and it has no reason to be that futuristic looking.
Okay. For me, I feel like PlayStation VR 2, PSVR 2, its biggest hurdle is going to get other apps besides games on that headset. I do think this headset should be compatible with PC. I know that's blasphemy to say, but I feel like it should be. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like you need these headsets out there. You need them to have productivity. The one thing that MetaQuest announced was a really awesome partnership with Xbox, where it's just hey, you have your little Mii's in a conference room, and you guys could be conferencing in a VR space, which I think is neat. I also, again, I'm a broken record when I say this, but I think of the movie industry shows and how they're using VR to literally set up sets and direct in VR. They need those applications and fitness as well to play a big role in that ecosystem, I think that's the biggest hurdle. To me, I do think VR is still going to be a very niche product for a very long time. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the cheapest headset. I do think it could be premium and come at that $500 price and go, we're for the enthusiast that doesn't want Meta's future. We are for the enthusiast, gamer-centric ecosystem, but still have those apps. So I do think this is a $500 headset. I think Meta gave them a lot of wiggle room today.
They 100% did, but they also took away 3 potential studios that would put things on PSVR 2.
I mean, that's another thing too, right? Like, this is Meta.
Like there's not a whole lot of VR devs out there, I feel like. So, and then Meta just bought 3 of them, one of which made a PSVR game exclusive.
Yeah.
So it's slim pickings, it feels like, because the VR dev side of things are still
seemingly
not as known, I think, to us, as like we can't really pull out some VR studios off the top of our heads other than the recently acquired ones. Or like Sony did. Again, it's not coming to my brain at the moment.
Or like the Moss devs, was it
Polyarc?
Yeah. So I think you're right. I think the devs that are out there truly believe in this product, and I think they definitely need to be funded in order for VR to really take off, because these projects are going to probably be losing money more often than not. These are big risks to take in a field that is still growing, and you need to invest in them. I think that's a great point, Kyle. That said, listen, VR talk aside, I think this is a $500 headset. Kyle, one more guess. Where do you think the PSVR 2 is going to be?
I could see it being, I'll just say $599, $600.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's where I'm at too. At the end of the day, even when like PSVR first came out, remember it was like 300, 400, 500.
I think it was $400, and then it went down to $349. I feel like, yeah.
I think it's going to be similarly priced, but PlayStation has an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Well, let's just see if they take it. That said, let's finally get into some housekeeping of the show before we talk about all the hot topics. Really awesome announcement. And actually, when typing this up, I got a bit choked up. So I don't know how I'm going to perform here. Carpool Gaming, The Trophy Room, and Save the Game Media Extra Life team has been created. We are raising money for Stollery Children's Hospital in Edmonton, Canada. The hospital that helps friend of the show, Marcus O'Neill's son, Miles. Extra Life is really special because you're helping kids in need, right? Yeah. And the most beautiful thing is you're getting to select the hospital or foundation that you want to donate to, that you want to contribute to. And honestly, I think Sean thought this up. There was no better candidate to pick when every time we see Miles is going in for a surgery, my heart kind of not skips a beat, but I'm holding my breath. Yeah. And every time he pulls through, my heart jumps. I'm ecstatic. Yeah. He's a trooper. We love him so dearly. He's already our favorite Trophy Room fan. There, I said it.
Oh, okay.
And he's not even cognizant of like podcasts, and we love him. Yeah. So how could we do something really special to make this day special, to make sure people donate to this cause, to help people like Miles O'Neill? This is what we're doing. We are donating the God of War limited edition to the Extra Life cause. And we're not giving away the digital edition. No. We are giving away the $200 comes with Thor's hammer limited edition for those who donate up from, I believe the goal is $10 a donation gets you an entry. Yep. So link down below in the description. You could get on, donating right here, right now. We're going to be streaming the game day for our 25-hour stream is November 5th. We're going to be live partnering with our Carpool Gaming brethren, Mr. Sean Capri, and we're going to be partnering with our good friend Kev over at Save the Game Media, and we're going to just have an awesome time playing games together for an amazing cause. And we have more games that we're going to be giving away, but that is the biggie. So
yeah, Extra Life is always one of my favorite times of the year, and this is the first time where it's a little bit extra special because we know the person that we are dedicating this year's Extra Life efforts to, and directly to the hospital that is giving Miles the care that he needs, and so many other kids like him. And we love the O'Neills, we love Marcus, we love Miles, and any kid that goes through this and their families, it just, to me, it's just not fair.
Yeah.
So any little bit that we can do as in our, not medical professional fields, but
my hands are super shaky, dude.
I see
scalpel.
Blood, I am out on the floor.
Yeah.
But anything we can do to help kids' lives, like Miles and their families, better, we're gonna do it. And please come check it out and donate if you can. And if you can't donate, share with your friends, get the word out, please. And let's raise a ton of money for that hospital.
And I think you said something really important. There's a face to the cause, and again, Miles is a trooper and stronger than any of us combined, and he's only like 2. It's nuts.
Absolutely.
So that said, that's one awesome thing that we're doing. November 5th, you can donate now. Link in the description. But we're also having one more giveaway, and this one's fun and wacky. Okay.
Fun and wacky.
Let's get a little crazy. All right.
2 wild and crazy guys. Hey.
2 wild. Whoa. Kyle, have you seen this? Ever heard about this?
Yeah.
If you rate the show, The Trophy Room, a PlayStation 5 podcast, 5 stars, you are entered to win the digital deluxe version of God of War. Please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, and you could double your chances and your entries by also rating us on Spotify. Now, with Spotify, if you could take a picture of your 5-star review, tweet us at PS Trophy Room to be entered, since they don't let you write a review or use your username on Spotify. It really does help. Now, the other benefit here as well is if you're a patron of the show, you are already entered. If you have reviewed the show already on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you're already entered to win a digital deluxe version of God of War Ragnarok. Our goal is to hit 300 plus reviews in North America alone, and our big goal is to hit 500 reviews worldwide. And the giveaway ends on November 7th, the Monday before Ragnarok. So please head on over, rate us 5 stars, get a chance to win the digital deluxe version. And honestly, and I mean this every week when we kind of pimp this out, it really does help. The last few weeks, I think, for both of us have been really rough. So when we hear those words of encouragement, it really helps. It really makes my day. That's how sad I am. All right, Kyle. With that said, there's one more bit of housekeeping. I lied. There's one more. Of course, we want to thank our patrons over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It's like we say each and every week. If we ever got you through a long car ride, tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it really does help us out if you consider tossing a buck our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. I want to thank our newest members, Jonas Young at the Bronze Plus tier. I want to thank our new member, Savoy Prime at the Bronze tier, and Rondell Dobard at the Bronze tier. I want to thank our Platinum producers, Todd Burowitz and Toxic. I want to thank our Gold members, Too Soon, Gavin Gottfried, Jose Jimenez, Jedi Master Ren, Metal Kirby, Stephen Flesh, Doss Simon, The Pie Man, Chaotic Monkey, Enigma, Millennial, Falcon Gaming, Sith Lord 92, and Strubles and Bits. I want to thank our Silver Plus members, Awesome Dave, Hide Indoors, Nakachaka, Marcus O'Neill, JB the Purple Monkey, Jettis Von Metal, Tim Ulf, Justin Rodriguez, Cypher Primus, Captain Logan, Brenton Zachary, K Grimm, Rick Arrington, Dewane Raksha, The Good Sir, Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Boots, Drellix, Foolish Fuji, Any Day Now, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, The Lord Commander Corgi, Elo 2032, Jinx, The 39th, Bubble Boy N7, Jesse Garcia, Hambone, The Aztec King, Stone Cold E.T. at the Silver Tier, Austin Astronaut Jr., not to be confused with Astronaut Senior. Green Gorilla Gamer, did I say that already? I'm going to say it again. Katie Stubbs, M9 Prime, Sean McKenzie, and Johnson, Final Fan XZ, Enigma, Androzo, Vantante, Tatted, and Johnson, and Lamb Chop 93. Thank you all so very much for all your amazing generosity. Again, over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. New shows been announced, dropping on Patreon. We got the Road to Greatness episode. We talk about a whole lot of games, a whole lot of fun, and our after show where I want to become a pod person. That's right. All that and more.
That Joe swears makes a good episode.
Yes. I strive to become a pod person. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, Kyle. Now it is finally time to square up the news.
First bit of news that needs to be squared up comes from Stephanie Nunale over at VG247. Stephanie writes, Kojima teases his next game with images of Elle Fanning, which could be related to Death Stranding 2. Hideo Kojima is teasing his next game, which many believe to be Death Stranding 2. The first tease from Kojima appeared at TGS 2022 back in September, with the poster featuring a silhouette and the face obscured and the words, "Who am I?" printed across it. At PAX Australia, which is going on now, a QR code is present that, when scanned, leads to an image posted on the Kojima Productions website showing an image of Elle Fanning from The Great with those same words printed on it. But there's another poster at PAX Australia with the silhouette and face obscured and the words "Where am I?" printed across it. Kojima even tweeted the images, and a Kojima Productions producer retweeted Kojima's tweet with the hashtags Death Stranding and "Where am I?" Of course, the producer's tweet has since been deleted. It seems Kojima is starting to tease his studio's next project a bit more, leading many to believe a Death Stranding 2 announcement is just around the corner. A good venue for such a big announcement would fit right in at the Game Awards 2022 in December, but we're just speculating. Death Stranding 2 has previously been teased and quasi-confirmed by Death Stranding and The Walking Dead star Norman Reedus. Earlier this year, the actor said the game was in development by stating Kojima had, quote, just started on the second one, end quote. And this wasn't the first time Reedus mentioned a sequel. Back in August 2021, he reportedly said Death Stranding 2 was currently in negotiations. Then just this week, a reliable leaker stated that the game was indeed in development under the codename Ocean. While it's easy enough to say that Death Stranding 2 is in development, it's possible Kojima could be teasing another game currently in the works for Xbox. The game is said to be entirely new and that it will leverage the cloud. However, Kojima said this particular game is a ways off, so it's likely the teases are for the sequel to his studio's first outing.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
Kyle. Death Stranding 2. Now, we loved Death Stranding before it was cool to love it.
Oh, absolutely. You cannot take that from us.
That's right.
Yeah.
The best soundtrack in gaming. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah. It's up there.
It's still on my Spotify. Which is also, now that I think about it, a lot of game soundtracks are on there.
Sure.
That's number one.
If you ever want to feel like when your back's against the wall and you need something to pump you up, go listen to Low Roar.
Seriously.
Just do it. That is the song that the Death Stranding was unveiled to. Mm-hmm. Or so Low Roar, I'll Keep Coming. Like, whoo, boy.
And Churches, I found them through Death Stranding. Yeah. So we love that.
Good soundtrack.
Yeah. We love that game. You love to see it or love to speculate about it. Mm-hmm. Kyle, I think this is happening. I think it's awesome to see that Kojima has deals with both PlayStation and Xbox.
And had one for Stadia, correct? Before?
And had one for Stadia. That they were actually going to make the Death Stranding sequel for Stadia. So this is really interesting for me. I want to know where they're going to be showing this off. Because why tease anything now if you're going to show it off in in December? Which makes me maybe believe, maybe it's just I'm this desperate. Maybe it's in a PlayStation showcase, future game showcase.
I would love to believe that as well, Joe, but I think Game Awards is way more likely.
Yeah, just because
I think anything Kojima is tied with Jeff Keighley so intrinsically. Like at this point, I'm pretty sure when whoever dies first, but when Jeff dies, he's going to haunt Kojima. That is where he will haunt, is Kojima Productions.
Jeff Keighley is dead. I'm here with Kojima-san to showcase Death Stranding 27.
Yeah.
Um,
It just makes too much sense. Big
Yeah.
star unveiled, Elle Fanning.
is she a big star? I've never heard of her until literally a week ago.
Do you know her sister Dakota Fanning?
Can I tell you something about Dakota Fanning?
Yeah.
It freaks me out that she got older.
Oh, yeah.
It freaks me out because Dakota Fanning, she was like 9, and then all of a sudden she's 27. Like,
Yeah,
I remember you being this adorable girl and everything,
Do you know?
and now you're a weird looking adult.
The one that freaks me out is Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yes.
Hit girl.
Mhm.
That freaks me out.
Absolutely.
You're this foul-mouthed little kid, and now you're a grown-up.
I know.
Like, it's weird.
You know what's really awesome though with her? She's like a hardcore gamer, and she's just like
absolutely.
tweeting out all sorts of things. That's so rad.
That's great.
Look at celebrities or people. Okay. All that aside, Elle Fanning, cool, I guess. I thought it was the girl from like the chick that played Sabrina when I first saw her.
Melissa Joan Hart?
No, the other one. The better one.
The newer version.
Yeah, the newer one. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, whoa, okay.
I was like, I like her a lot. Yeah.
I thought it was Florence Pugh.
Oh
from
God.
the silhouette. Yeah.
Just punched me directly in the face. Okay. To me, I am thinking this is a PlayStation showcase because for me, I think of it as, why tease this right now? Why not tease it weeks before the event or a week before the event? Like, why trickle out this if there's not something you're about to reveal? That's what I'm thinking when it comes to this. Because I still think PlayStation has a future game showcase this year. I do think it's going to be imminent because it's really concerning if they don't have one. Like, let's just get real with each other. It's really concerning if PlayStation by November doesn't have anything or doesn't at least have a state of play for God of War. That concerns me.
Not even just God of War, but like if we're supposed to get Spider-Man 2 next year.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to see more than that small trailer.
Exactly. And we need to see what these studios are cooking up. You know? So for me, it's like I'm putting my faith here because if my faith's not being placed in a future showcase, I am concerned. And the PlayStation community is so hungry for a showcase that I do think if time passes and it's 2023 and we don't see anything from PlayStation, I am concerned. Something has gone awry. So that's why I'm thinking he's teasing it because maybe in a week or two we're going to get that showcase. We're going to get the prince that was promised, that is the future game showcase. And we get to see this firsthand. Now that said, Spider CC writes, haven't heard about Death Stranding 2 besides seeing Elle Fanning recreate BB poses. Do you think this will be a direct sequel or maybe a parallel story to Sam in the same universe?
It's a great question because when I think of a sequel, I don't know where they're going to go with it.
Right. And Kojima is, I'm going to be honest, he's really good at kind of scarily enough, like predicting the future.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Death Stranding, when you're playing it now, it harkens a lot to like COVID, you know, working from home.
Relying on other people to deliver stuff to your home so you don't have to go out and risk your life.
So it's like, it really is just short of making the emergency Costco trip mid-pandemic.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing it's missing. And, you know, how we connect with each other when we're being so secluded from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
The next thing I think that they can hit here, I think, is Kojima's thoughts on the metaverse. This thing that we're constantly told that is the future of the future. I want to know what he thinks about it. So I do think like we're going to see Elle Fanning, and I do think like she is, you know, Lou from Death Stranding. I do think that her and Sam's story are running parallel, but it's not in the way that we think it runs.
So you're thinking a pretty significant time jump then.
Pretty significant, or maybe literally parallel from each other.
Oh, okay.
Like Sam and Lou are talking to each other in maybe like a multiverse thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
It'd be interesting. Like after Death Stranding, I'm ready for whatever in that universe because I genuinely really love what is going on there.
Yeah,
and
it's so hard. And I think the cool thing about it, Kyle, is like it's so hard to try to even predict. Like, what's this game going to be about? I don't know. Kojima showed me flying whales.
Not even just that, but like when you go back from Metal Gear Solid 1 to 2,
yeah,
Kojima started, maybe not started at all. That's just me being bullish on my video game history, but like pull the switcheroo and have a completely different protagonist halfway through the game.
Yep.
Or for a majority of the game that you weren't expecting. So like he's really good at just reinventing what the game is and each sequel being a little bit different. And
I think that's what we love about him.
Yeah, maybe this is like the full on combat heavy Death Stranding where like Sam Sam Porter Bridges just delivering things was the main game, and then maybe we play as Elle as a more combat focused like mercenary or something.
Like I'm thinking the Mad Mikkelsen character.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm excited to see this game. I do think it's sooner than we think. I really do. But
who else is in it? What's the next star he's going to unveil?
I don't know why I think Melissa Joan Hart.
Because I said that earlier.
Because you said that earlier. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Emma Stone because that was a rumor.
Oh, dude, if Emma Stone, because she was in Sleeping Dogs, if I'm not mistaken.
Was she really?
Yeah, she was. So I'd love to see her make another video game debut. It's really cool to see actors step into video game roles, but I like voice actors and I want to give them as much money as I can.
Absolutely.
So I want to see some new faces step in the role and be showcased. Because I mean, just think of like Death Hardman, right? And that voice actor, how his performance was amazing, and he's highlighted along these awesome, great stars as well. Like,
man, those last 45 minutes of that game with him are spectacular.
Yeah, spectacular. So,
hey, Kojima, if you need, I don't know, some podcasters for Death Stranding 2, hit us up.
Well, remember, he has a podcast, remember?
I know, but if he needs like other voices for like radio waves, like please.
Yep.
We'll be more than welcome to lend our services.
Yeah, maybe you got a 2-star review because of it. All right, Kyle. listen, rate us 5 stars. Kyle, it's time to talk about the next part of the news, but we're going to take a nice, interesting spin with it.
Okay, thank God. I'm so sick and tired of this, Joe. I'm tired of all of it. I'm only talking about this because it's part of the show.
Yes, sir.
I'm so tired of it.
Yeah.
Tom Warren from The Verge. Microsoft takes the gloves off as it battles Sony for its Activision acquisition. Microsoft isn't happy with Sony and the UK's Competition and Markets Authority. The UK regulator signaled an in-depth review of Microsoft's $68.7 billion deal to acquire Activision Blizzard last month, and the CMA has now published its full 76 pages on its findings. The CMA says it has concerns that Microsoft Activision's Blizzard deal could lessen competition in game console subscriptions and cloud gaming, but Microsoft thinks the regulator has simply been listening to Sony's lawyers too much. Microsoft pleaded for its deal on the day of the Phase 2 decision last month, but now the gloves are well and truly off. Microsoft describes the CMA's concerns as quote-unquote misplaced and says that the regulator, quote, adopts Sony's complaints without considering the potential harm to consumers and incorrectly relies on self-serving statements by Sony, which significantly exaggerate the importance of Call of Duty, end quote. Microsoft even accuses the CMA of adopting, quote, Sony's complaints without the appropriate level of critical review, end quote, suggesting that the regulator is simply just listening too much to what Sony has to say. This is me. It sounds like fanboys on Twitter. Yeah. At the heart of all the back and forth is access to Call of Duty and concerns around the future of game subscriptions. Quote, the CMA recognizes that ABK's newest games are not currently available on any subscription service on the day of release, but considers that this may change as subscription services continue to grow, says the UK regulator. After the merger, Microsoft would gain control of this important input and could use it to harm the competitiveness of its rivals, end quote. Microsoft's full response to the CMA, seen by The Verge, also includes parts where the company tries to comically make it look like it somehow sucks at gaming and it can't compete. Microsoft says Xbox, quote, is in last place in console and seventh place in PC and nowhere in mobile game distribution globally.
Yikes.
And Microsoft argues it has no reason to harm or degrade rival cloud gaming services, and it wants to, quote, encourage the major shift in consumer behavior required for cloud gaming to succeed. Microsoft will be in last place in console sales during the previous generation, but it's certainly investing billions of dollars to ensure any future Xbox sales aren't less than half of the PlayStation, and that its Xbox Game Pass bet pays off. Sony and Microsoft have also been battling it out over Call of Duty, and the CMA recognizes this by revealing its concern about Sony's future revenues related to Call of Duty. Quote, PlayStation currently has a larger share of the console gaming market than Xbox, but the CMA considers that Call of Duty is sufficiently important that losing access to it or losing access on competitive terms could significantly impact Sony's revenues and user base, end quote. Now, Microsoft says keeping Call of Duty on PlayStation is a, quote, commercial imperative for the Xbox business and the economics of the transaction, end quote. Microsoft says it would put revenue at risk if it pulled Call of Duty from PlayStation, and that, quote, Microsoft has been clear that it is counting on revenues from the distribution of Activision Blizzard games on Sony PlayStation, end quote. Microsoft also accuses Sony of not welcoming competition from Xbox Game Pass, and that Sony has decided to block Game Pass on PlayStation. Quote, this increased competition has not been welcomed by the market leader Sony, which has elected to protect its revenues from sales of newly released games rather than offer gamers the choice of accessing them via its subscription, PlayStation Plus, end quote. This comes just months after Microsoft claimed in legal filings that Sony pays for blocking rights, quote unquote, to keep games off Xbox Game Pass. If the UK battles are anything to go by, this acquisition could get messy as Microsoft and Sony battle it out behind the scenes to sway regulators.
Wow. There's a lot here, Kyle.
My God. It's when I read this show, I think of two kindergartners at the teacher's desk arguing over who stole whose red crayon. That is what I am envisioning over this whole thing. It's stupid. I hate it.
I hate it. I'm so tired of it, but I want to take a different route through this because we've seen we're seeing some really interesting insight. Something that I've been saying since this deal was put through. The last quote here. Sony has decided to block Game Pass on PlayStation. What have I been saying for over a year now? Even prior from this buyout. The end game is there's going to be an Xbox app on a PlayStation and a PlayStation app on an Xbox. That's how this thing goes. I mean, just think about it right now. Right? You have Apple Music
on Xbox now.
Yeah. Right? You have now iCloud storage on PC. Apple on PC in big ways. And vice versa. You're seeing Word on Apple devices, been that way for over a decade, right? You're seeing the Xbox suite on, Meta Quest. Microsoft's goal is not to beat Sony at the consoles. Their thing is to put Xcloud on everything. And with Xcloud comes Game Pass. And what Xbox sees is the acknowledgement from PlayStation saying, we're not there yet with cloud streaming. We're not even there yet with our own service that is like Game Pass. So we're going to hold you off as much as we can before we inevitably have to let you on this console. That's what I'm seeing here. I think that's a really big deal about this, Kyle. Well, what do you think about that? That Game Pass blocked on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think that is a big deal. I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
What a weird world that would be when it happens. And I say weird, but obviously it's been thought about.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not that weird. I wonder how close we are, if ever, now to getting it. Probably not after all this he said, she
Oh,
said.
never
stuff
say
going
never,
on.
Kyle. Never say never.
I don't know. Hey, listen, man. I'm seeing all these highlighted things that you did, where they're like, CMA just listened to Sony.
Yeah.
They just took their words and ran with it. Like, oh my god.
I know, it makes you roll your eyes. Now, here's the second thing here, Kyle. Though.
Yeah.
And it's not to say, oh, Microsoft's a crybaby boy. Sony, their demands are really extreme. Like, Sony doesn't even want Microsoft to have incentives for games like Call of Duty on Game Pass members for Call of Duty or for Diablo. And I think that is hilariously hypocritical.
That is hypocritical. That is the one thing where, like, okay, whatever.
You literally bought quests for, like, exclusive quests for Harry Potter, and I bet there's something exclusive for Call of Duty here.
You guys both sides have been doing this forever.
Yeah.
Xbox literally bought Tomb Raider for a year.
Yeah. And I think what the other thing that's really interesting too is we're seeing how much money is being offered for, their subscription services. For example, PlayStation Plus for Arc, I believe they paid over
I thought it was 2.5 million, I think.
2.5 million, correct. Yeah. And Xbox Game Pass for just to hold Arc for over the time that they've had with it, $3.4 million.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So like you're seeing the behind scenes, of how the gaming industry works. But I think the one thing that people are missing from the CMA stuff is the CMA is not arguing. The CMA is arguing, Microsoft, you're saying one thing but doing the other. So the one thing that I found here that I found very interesting was the CMA found a pattern of Microsoft acquiring development studios and making their upcoming games exclusive to Xbox. Now, this is highlighted, but it bears repeating. I mean, PlayStation buys Bluepoint. I don't expect Bluepoint to make Xbox games. I don't expect, Santa Monica to make an Xbox, that type of stuff. That's silly. But what the CMA points out here is publishers. ZeniMax Media, right? The publisher, the owner of Bethesda, has chosen to make several of ZeniMax's major gaming franchises, comes from the dossier, exclusive to Xbox, including upcoming games like Starfield. And based on Microsoft's public statements, Elder Scrolls 5 and
6.
6, following its 2021 acquisition. Obsidian chose to make Outer Worlds 2, the upcoming Avowed, exclusive to Xbox consoles following its acquisition in 2018. So, interesting.
Not to mention, there was a Starfield PlayStation version. Very close to completed. And before more than 50%, probably.
Yeah, sure.
That thing exists.
Yes.
And now that will never see the light of day because of this.
Yeah.
I feel like people forget that a little bit, right?
Exactly. So the too long didn't read. We think this deal is going to go through.
100%.
100%. But we do think there's going to be concessions.
Yeah.
And that's fine, because that's what normally happens in these things.
Absolutely.
With deals this large.
Yeah. Just please, I beg you, internet. I beg you.
Try to be bearable.
Please. We all get it. This just sucks from every angle. Both sides are doing awful things. They are fighting over how rich they can get. That's really all it is.
It really is.
Chill out. If I see another PlayStation exclusive Quest sticker in a little collage of all the different ones for Call of Duty, you want me to pull up all the GameStop banners from back in the day of 360 maps getting a full month ahead of PlayStation on Xbox only? Like, it's been happening forever. Chill out.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. M9 Prime does write in. And they ask, just like you can too, over the Trophy Room Discord server, or you can add us at PS Trophy. We ask for questions each and every Wednesday. And Prime writes, regarding the CMA concern of the Activision deal, I think in the end it will go through. Microsoft promising to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, at least for the contractually obligated time, will satisfy regulators. And as a gamer, however, I have more concerns because this acquisition could potentially wall off a large number of games to the Xbox ecosystem. These games were always third party, and in the past you can play them wherever you wanted as long as it was on a Nintendo console. Yikes. Probably due to power differences. And for the majority of these games now being potentially locked behind one platform, it doesn't feel right. Microsoft hasn't had a great track record of using their studios to make great games. Oh, come on. Sea of Thieves exists. Their games start Halo 1 through 3, Gears 1 through 3, Fable 1 and 2. I like how you left out 3. It's good because it's bad. But then they go downhill, which could happen to these games. If Microsoft invested in younger studios and had success in them in a more natural way, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be much against it. But playing catch up to buy such large publishers does feel wrong. Listen.
That sounds like what I've been saying forever.
Yeah.
You're the New York Yankees. You're just buying already known commodities instead of like home growing your own stuff.
It's the opposite of what we've seen for PlayStation. Hey, we have a really deep relationship with this developer like Housemarque. Let's go put a ring on it. We have this deep relationship with Sucker Punch. Let's put a ring on it. We have this deep relationship with Naughty Dog. Let's put a ring on it. We have a deep relationship with Insomniac. Let's finally put a ring on it.
Exactly.
That's how I like it. Because you're just seeing a relationship form naturally.
Yep.
And yes, it is, Xbox has done that. Like Obsidian, in Exile,
absolutely.
Ninja Theory. That's awesome. These are 3 amazing studios that just never had the budget behind them. Now they finally do.
I think all the purchases before the Activision one are what we're talking about there.
And that makes me feel nice. But yeah, there is something that makes me feel uneasy of just like, why are we cheering on constant these massive consolidation of these massive publishers? Activision Blizzard is huge. ZeniMax is huge. And CSGO, yay, is really, really weird. And like when we say like all roads lead to Square Enix, that's going to probably happen soon. That doesn't make me feel great. Yeah. Just cheering on billion-dollar companies. And I know, again, we're a PlayStation podcast, but it's about covering the platform, not being a cheerleader behind it. We're critical of PlayStation like almost every episode. How many times have we made jokes about Jim Ryan's cats? All the time. But it seems like he's a pretty good CEO when it comes to these things. Being a human being, not great. But being a business person with beans and whatnot and counting them, fantastic. So I get the concern, but this is also the reality that we live in. We kind of have to be okay with it because we voted that this would be okay,
Yeah. It wasn't in this article.
Wallet, but yeah, continue.
Sure, yeah. Wasn't in this article, but I saw it on Twitter. I don't know if it's true. I'm going to bring it up anyway. But didn't Xbox also say during this whole childish thing well, we're not all that bad. We only have 60 exclusives. PlayStation had 283 exclusives in the last year.
Where it's like, hey,
okay, well, is that a good look, Microsoft? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like they've published 5 times more games than we have this entire year. We're in last place of the consoles. They literally sold double than us. We're 7th in the PC race. It's like, dude, it's such an embarrassing look for both sides.
It really is.
Like, Sony seems like, like Nintendo was back in the 80s. And Xbox seems like, hey, trust us because we're fucking incompetent. What? No.
I really...
It's like, we've been at this for 20 years and we suck at it. It's like, what? No, you're not. You're selling yourself very short here. Like, what is this?
I can't... I'm sorry for keep making
I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm sorry for keep making references in a school setting, but it's just what I'm familiar with. I genuinely feel like a lot of us in content creation or just fans of games in general, we are the kids at the back of the room just chilling out while the 2 problem childs are getting talked to for the 50 millionth time.
Yep.
They're in trouble. Teachers giving them all the focus. And we're just in the back just trying to get by the assignment, homework, whatever it is. Yeah. We're just trying to go to recess a little bit early. And these 2, I really want to drop an F-bomb. These 2, they're just screwing it up for the rest of us. Yeah. Let's just have fun. It's recess time.
I know.
Let's just go.
Yeah. It's like,
who cares that Johnny's ate your sandwich? Yeah. I don't care. Like, let's go.
It's like Jimmy's wearing a steel boot. That's why he's doing so good at kickball. It's like, guys, shut up.
Janine cut me in kickball again. That's not fair. I'm supposed to bat every inning at the top of the inning. Not Janine. Oh, screw Janine. What's going on here?
Janine is a Karen ass name, so I'll allow it. All right, Kyle. That's it. That's all the stuff. Again, I just feel like it's really interesting that Game Pass is talked about on PlayStation. It's been talked about on Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they make it clear that the revenue on PlayStation is important. They can't just rely on Game Pass to sustain it. That's pretty wild. It's a commercial and business imperative. That's nuts. There's so much just dirty laundry being thrown about here and just secret details that are now being out in the open. It's fascinating. But I can't wait to talk about this in a month when the FTC it's like, hey.
I'm going to call out sick that week, Joe.
Sony could kick rocks or something. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get the taste of the Activision Blizzard talk.
Let's go to the merry times. Yes. Exciting times.
I want to play a game.
Oh, no.
Let's rank all the holiday games in 2022 that we think are going to, or the most anticipated holiday games in 2022. We're going to play this we're going to list off each game. We're going to talk about our hype factor for each game. And then we're going to talk about what we think the Metacritic or OpenCritic scores, rather, will be. Are you ready to play a game?
Of course I am.
All right. So this actually just started because of famous Seamus's question. The most famous Seamus I've ever met in my entire life. Take it to the bank. Tell it to your kids. Famous Seamus writes in. What games do you think will be the most successful this holiday season? So obviously, listen, if we're talking about number one, I mean, it's going to be God of War Ragnarok. So let's keep it.
Yeah.
Let's keep it spicy. First and foremost, the rules are simple and our decisions are final. These games are on PlayStation and only on PlayStation. So like, you know, you're not going to see Mario plus Rabbids on here. You're not going to be seeing scoring that's got to obviously score low because Sean Capri picked it on his fantasy league. These are games that are going to be confirmed to be on PlayStation. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you ready, Kyle? Let's start. Let's start with the practice run. Plague Tale Requiem.
Woo-wee.
Coming out October 18th for PlayStation 5.
Next
this is not a
week.
I learned this today. Not a PlayStation 4 game. This is it's just exclusively PlayStation 5.
Okay.
As you guys know, I loved Plague Tale Innocence. It is such a awesome medieval,
as does our community, because they voted for it that year that it came out in our trophy rewards. Like it came out big time, in
droves. So Plague Tale Requiem, Kyle, where do you think this is going to rank in, or where is it on your hype? And I'm going to write this down too, so we never forget it.
So are we just going? So we have 18 games listed, or we're going ranking it from 1 to 18?
No, so we're gonna great question from a rank from 1 to 10 with decimals of 5.
So just hype level, like a score for hype. Okay.
Yeah. Where's your personal excitement for this game?
I am super excited for it.
Okay.
And with that, saying I haven't even played the first game.
Oh.
And I'm excited for this one.
What makes you so excited?
From what I saw in every trailer, and it just looks epic. And hearing you talk so highly of it, and of friends of ours who love the first one,
Mike, shout out.
Yeah, like it's I'm excited to play again a next gen only version.
Yeah,
a next gen only thing. So I would say my hype level would be,
let's see,
probably at like a 7.5.
7.5. That's fair. That's
only
fair.
because I didn't play the first game.
Now, here's your what do you think the OpenCritic score is going to be? I need to remind you, this is in our fantasy league.
Exactly. Full disclosure, everybody. Obviously, I wanted to do super high.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think it will, because the first game did pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
Scored an 81 on OpenCritic.
I was going to say 82. I think it's going to get around the same thing.
You think 82?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So my personal hype for this game, I'm pretty sure I'm at like a 8.5. Like no, let me round up. I'm really excited for this game. I think there are 3 games I'm really excited for. This one's mine. So I'm gonna say my hype level. I'm typing this in, so if you hear my keyboard, I'm so sorry. You have a
Deal with
problem
it.
Yeah, 9. And for Open Critic, I actually think this is gonna be huge.
Yeah.
The first game was so good, and it didn't have much of a budget. Now think of the power of next gen consoles, coupled with the fact that now Focus Interactive could throw money into I believe Spider's team to make this game even more epic. More vast, even more improvements. And again, the game had the budget of a double A game and it hit above its weight constantly. So I think with a budget, I think this game can score easily an 87 Open Critic. Easily.
I can see it. I can see that happening.
I think this is going to be another dark horse candidate for Game of the Year.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
Love it.
Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. Have you seen this or heard about this?
I have.
What do you think?
Also, Joe, while I think number 3, you also have Plague Tale again.
Oh, sorry.
Just so you know.
More like 17 games on our list.
Yeah. Let's see. Ghostbusters. So I'm not a huge multiplayer person.
Yeah.
But I think this just makes a whole lot of sense.
Really?
From just a multiplayer perspective, where one person's the ghost.
Yeah, it's the asymmetrical multiplayer akin to Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight.
I dig that. So my hype level is probably at a 6. Okay. I'm gonna play it, but I'm not gonna rush to the store to pick it up.
What do you think the Open Critic's gonna be?
So this is made by Elle Fanning.
It is.
Who did Predator, correct?
Yeah.
Predator didn't score that great.
Nope.
I'm going to say a 71.
Ooh, a 71. I could tell you this.
Which is still good.
I'm a huge Ghostbuster fan.
Yeah.
Really big Ghostbuster fan. I have no hype for this. I do not think this game's going to do great. Not to say that I don't have faith in Elle Fanning or that they didn't learn lessons from Predator, but I feel like most of these games, when they come out, they just have constant server issues, day one issues, and then by, week 2 or 3, the FOMO ends and it just goes away. That and Elle Fanning's track record, I don't know, man. I definitely see this rating a 6. There. I said it. Okay.
Wait. Hold on. 60.
Yeah, 60. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, whoa.
Let's not get,
the worst game ever made.
Yeah, let's not get nuts here. I'm sorry. My apologies. Kyle. Gotham, gosh darn Knights.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to have a discussion about this.
Oh, I'm sure we are. Yeah. My hype level's at an all-time high. I'm going to say it. It's a 10.
There you go.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've been waiting for this game for a long time. I've been waiting for the Court of Owls to be in a game and WB Montreal to make another Batman game. So I am all in at Gotham Knights. I don't care if the gameplay is not Arkham enough, or it might be a little too repetitive at times. I'm there for the story. I'm there for a good Batman story, and I'm pretty sure it's going to deliver on that. So I'm super hyped for it. As far as score goes, I'm going to be realistic. It's not going to be in the 80s. I think it's going to be like a 74, 75, and I'm okay 75?
With that. Okay. Kyle, this is why we're going to have a conversation. I am not a huge Arkham, not to say fan. I suck at Arkham games.
Sure.
I'm awful at them. Don't know why.
Which is weird because you love Spider-Man.
Love Spider-Man.
So they're somewhat similar.
But for me, I love watching my brother play Batman. Like, that's his series that he just goes all in for. Now I get to play it with him. So this is automatically out of 10 for me. I'm all in. And even everything I've seen, I'm like, yes, I'm just excited. Like, I'm going to be Batgirl or I'm going to be Nightwing. I'm going to be just hitting baddies in the face. That's what I need. So I'm hyped for this, though I do think, and I just messed up everything. One sec.
You're okay. No,
I'm freaking out. Oh God. Should we edit this all out? Let's just
No, we're good. We're good. Right there. We're good.
I do think, though, this is going to be a 70.
Okay.
I'm excited for a 7.
Which is still a good game.
Still a good game. Still a good game. And
as infamous Michael Huber of Easy Ally says, swimming in 7s. We're okay
and
with
ain't
that.
nothing bad about it.
Ain't nothing bad about that.
How about this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Tales from the Borderlands on PlayStation 5
New
and PS4.
Tales.
New Tales from the Borderlands.
New Tales.
Where do you think your hype level sits right now for this game?
I love Borderlands. Everyone knows this.
That's right.
I love Tales of the Borderlands from Telltale. I'm a little nervous about it just because I want them to pull it off so badly, and I don't know if they'll be able to reach the heights of it.
Right. Is this the original writers from the game?
I think they have some of the writing team, but I don't know to what extent. My hype level is going to be at a solid 7.
Okay. So you're hyped. You're just.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it day one. I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
I'm just nervous about it. And
so, what do you think that open critic is? You don't have to. If you don't feel confident, Kyle, you could be like,
of what a score?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'm making the rules as I go.
No. I'm pretty confident with the score.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a 73.
Ooh. Okay.
I think it's gonna be in the 70s. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's going to be just a little weird because I don't know how much of the original cast and characters are going to be in it.
Sure.
It seems like brand new characters. So I don't know.
My hype is out of 0 because I watched this trailer and didn't laugh.
Fair.
And my open critic is... All right, next game on the list. Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this, Kyle? Star Ocean.
I'm tasting dreams.
That's fine. The Divine Force on PlayStation 5, PS4. Here's the reason why I put this in here.
Come at me and say, "Have I heard about this? A Star Ocean game?"
That's why I put this in. I'm going to. I am not about it. You know me. I don't know anything about Star Ocean.
Yeah, you're not a JRPG.
So I abstain.
Person. You abstain.
Yeah.
It's not my Star Ocean the Second Story port.
That's right.
Definitely is not that. I want that bad, Square Enix. Come on, what are we doing here? My hype is not that high.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of the more recent Star Ocean games.
Okay.
I like the older ones more.
Sure.
So I would say my hype's probably at a 4.5.
Ooh, okay, 4.5. What do you think?
Open critic wise, man, I don't know.
You just want to say I don't know, abstain?
No, I'm not a coward. I'm going to put out scores. I'm going to say a 66.
Why not be cool and say 69?
Because I don't think it's going to get that high.
All right. Well, I think it's a funny joke, and I think you should say 69.
Nah.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This is the big one. This is the one I hear all the kids talking about.
Yeah.
October 28th. I forgot to say the dates of these games.
No, you're fine.
Gotham Knights, 21st. New Tales from the Borderlands, 21st. Star Ocean, 27th. Call of Duty, 28th.
28th.
What do you think?
My hype level's at like a 2.
Oh, come on, Kyle.
Well, I mean, you kind of talked me out of it with multiplayer.
It's a bit of it's
beta.
rough. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I have no history with the story campaign. I've heard it's good. It's great, even.
It's fantastic, yeah.
I don't know. I think it'll score in the 70s though. I just don't know where.
Okay. Say it with your chest. Say the first number that comes out of your head.
77.
77. My hype, Kyle, is at an 8. I am excited for this game. It is strange because though I know and I have massive problems with the multiplayer, just like the community has some massive problems with the multiplayer, I want to have faith that they're going to be able to fix some, if not a lot, of those issues. Like the mini-map. What are we doing? Footsteps. Oh my God. What? All those things I think could be cured with a couple of patches here or there. Here's the thing, though. Call of Duty's never rank particularly high or score particularly that high. And Modern Warfare 1 scored at an 81, though I do believe they put a lot of tender love and care behind this one. So I'm going to say that this game's going to score an 85.
Wow.
I think it is.
Really?
I think it is. 85.
Wow.
I think it's going to be great.
Okay.
All right, this one's a joke one. I'm sorry. I usually don't like to make jokes at developers, but come on. October 28th, the same day as Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Reverse. The long-awaited Resident Evil multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Kyle?
My hype set is 0. I don't care.
Open critic, what do you think?
I'm going to say a 58. That's the first number that popped in my head. Again, for everything I've heard, not great.
Yeah. Since this is the first time we've ever ranked the holiday games, this is a -2. I'm gonna make that a tradition.
We get one negative.
Yep. And we're
okay. I know exactly what my negative is gonna be.
And one sec. And I'm gonna look up the Metacritic for this. I think it's going to score the same as Morbius. And it's a 35. So I think Resident Evil is going to morb out with a 35.
Okay.
All right. This one.
Maybe they'll re-release it again.
Reverse. God help us all. Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Sonic Frontiers.
I've heard about this.
Sonic Frontiers. PS5, PS4. The developers say we don't understand it, but we will.
Yeah. Also, the day before a massive game.
That's right.
I'm going to use my negative hype right here.
Right here. Huh?
I'm going to say a -100. Oh. I don't care.
Kyle, what is it about Sonic fans that make me just so disgusted?
I don't know.
Sonic is worse than Kirby. Like, the movies are great. The character just... Sure. The game's just... If it's not colors, it doesn't exist. So... Yeah. Open Critic, what do you think of this game? What do you think this game's gonna have?
If you look at that gameplay and that open world with the weird rails that just exist up in the sky, just doesn't look great.
Nope.
I'm going to say a 63.
63? You know what, Kyle? I'll stand in unison with you. But I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna stand in unison. I'm gonna say 69 because it's funny.
for the memes, for the lulz,
for the memes, and the hype is at a 0.
Sorry, Sonic fans. I don't get it.
Don't apologize to them. Don't apologize. You don't need to. We're right. They're wrong. God of War Ragnarok.
Oh my God! Come on.
November 9th.
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Open Critic. It's a 96.
That's Kyle.
It's a 96.
That's cool. Our jets.
It's a 96.
Okay, it's an Elden Ring. All right.
It's an Elden Ring. Absolutely.
Hype's obviously out of 10.
Yep.
Open Critic, 88. Because that's how we score PlayStation games now.
That is fair.
Everyone's an 88 now.
That is fair. But if there's going to be one game that breaks the mold, it'll be Ragnarok.
Fair enough. Okay. Now we're getting the rhythm of this. I like this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving this. Kyle. Tactics Ogre.
It's Ogre.
I wanted to put an accent mark somewhere. I just didn't decide. Reborn. PS5, PS4, November 11th.
I have no history with it. It's a remake. My hype's at like a 2. 2.
Open Critic, what do you think?
Open Critic. The first one scored really high, which is why we have this on our Fantasy Critic League.
That's right.
I think it's going to get in the 80s. I'm going to say 84.
Okay, fair enough. Kyle, my hype's actually, I'm going to say this. Actually, out of 6.
Hey,
I love a good strategy game. You know this.
A good tactic game is it's not bad.
Good tactic game. Let's go. Let's do it. So I think I'm right there with you. This one I'll be in unison. I'm gonna take your word for it. 84. Oh God, they did it, so I don't have to. Ready for the next one? The Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil in Me. Come on, guys. That's a layup. That is a layup of a who if I've ever seen it. Kyle?
November 18th, PS5, PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm always somewhat intrigued by these games, and I haven't played any of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my hype level what it is in the doc right now at a 6.
Okay. What do you think the Open Critic's gonna be?
73.
Okay. Honestly, this sounds like a Dr. Phil episode. The devil's in me. And it's just like pictures of like a sonogram.
My daughter's got the devil in me.
That's right. Kyle, no accents.
Oh,
no
sorry.
Voices anymore.
Whoops.
How dare you?
But they said you, so I gotta pick up the slack. I gotta pick up the slack though.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
No one understands that joke on us. Kyle, my hype for this is out of 4.
Okay.
Take it or leave it. I think the Open Critic, I'll also stand in unison. I think it's 73.
All right. Okay.
Evil
West. You're like looking over my shoulder and cheating off of me in class.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. This is right. Evil West. This is from some of the devs of, Arcane X devs. This game looks great. It looks like a really fun.
Is it? Or are you thinking Weird West?
Maybe I'm thinking Weird West.
I think you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it though. I'm gonna listen, Kyle. I'm gonna go. Don't fact check me.
No, Evil West is Flying Wild Hog.
Yeah. Listen. Knock it off. Where's your hype for this game? It's a third person Western. I'm not allowed to make accents anymore because it triggers people that don't like to have fun.
Shocking.
You fight the devil as well in here. Demons.
Shocking. My hype's at an 8.
Right?
I played this at PAX, and this game is rad.
Yeah.
You are a cowboy killing vampires, and it is awesome. Gears of War like level gameplay.
Oh, yes.
It's just visceral. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Open critic wise though, it's definitely going to be in the 70s.
Okay.
Let's say 74.
Okay.
Which doesn't make it a bad game. It's going to be super fun. I love it.
I think it's going to be 75. I can't wait either. Yeah. I like how this one comes from a little developer, a little known entity. I really like that they're going really with these obscure characters and like settings that you didn't think would be.
And in a genre that is, unknown to them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is for Axis's and Marvel's Midnight Suns on PS5 coming out December 2nd. Kyle, what's your hype for Midnight Suns?
Oh, it's a 10.
All right.
It's a 10. I love XCOM. You know that. Yep. If you listen to the show for a long time, I love a good XCOM. Love a good strategy game in this vein. The card mechanic is going to be interesting how it works in this kind of strategy game.
Yep.
But I'm so down to try it, especially for like the social aspect of being in that manner with all the other superheroes. And
I'll say I want to fuck. I didn't get the beep it.
You didn't get the beep it, no.
I want Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Open critic wise, ooh.
Think about all those hands he's got.
So many places they can reach.
That's right.
I'm gonna say an 83.
83. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say an 88. It's for Axis. They don't miss.
Yeah.
Need for Speed Underground. We're at the last 3 here.
Unbound.
Unbound. What did I say? Oh, Need
Underground.
I mentioned the best one. I'm sorry. Where's your hype for this? This just was revealed last week. Awesome.
Leaked by EA themselves.
Leaked by EA themselves. Awesome, aesthetic and art style, man.
I like the cel shaded characters.
Yeah.
Contrast with the video gamey cars.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Where are you at here?
A 5.
Okay.
Don't know if I'm ready for a racer. I don't think I have time for a racer.
Fair enough. What do you think it's Open Critics?
Open critic wise, 76.
76. Okay. My hype's at a 6. I don't. This is not a day one purchase. Don't get me wrong. But it's definitely there. I'm excited. I will pick it up on a sale. But Open Critic wise, I think it's gonna be 68. You saw that? I was objective. Could have went for the joke, but I didn't because I'm brave. And people like when we have fun. So Callisto Protocol. Don't worry, guys. We'll reference why that's a joke later. You'll get it.
Yeah.
And then we're Tarantinoing it. And we start at the end and we're gonna work our way to the beginning.
Absolutely. Christoph Waltz will be here too.
That's right. Want to do the accent? Not allowed.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. And also, when I do
a
a German accent, it gets angry. And let's be honest, for obvious reasons. Callisto Protocol, Kyle.
Yeah, PS5, PS4, December 2nd. Yep. Same day as Need for Speed and Marvel's been. Oh my God, what a day!
Bloodbath for my wallet.
Oh my God, that's like the Wolfenstein, Mario Galaxy, and Assassin's Creed Origin day. That's wild. My hype's at a 10.
Yep.
Open critic wise,
we have this in our fantasy league against Shocker.
I have high hopes for this.
Say it with your chest, Kyle.
I don't know if it's gonna crack 80, so I'm gonna say 79.
Oh wow, ye little faith.
Yeah.
84 is what I'm writing down.
I hope I'm wrong.
And last but not leastly, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Kyle, you're the Final Fantasy dorkwad.
Excuse me?
What do you?
Oh yeah, this is a 10 in the hype scale.
What do you think, Open Critic?
Open critic wise,
Sean Capri has it, and they're all Open Critics, so it could be in a 67.
Could be.
Could be.
This is the one game that I did not play on PSP.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, the combat system is a little weird. It's got like this roulette aspect to it, so
Okay.
I don't know how well that will
like
age. I'm gonna say a 76.
76, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I'm at a 10, and I know the original rated at at 82, but the way that scores are now, again with more outlets, I do think this is going to sit at around a 78. More outlets means more objective opinions and all that jazz.
Yeah.
That's it. That's our hype meter. And there goes a question with it. This comes from Matthew Kennedy over at the Trophy Room Discord server. Again, write your questions in. They write, hey, gents, I got a Sony pony question for you. They said yeehaw, but are we allowed to even do the voice anymore?
It's a real quick yeehaw. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Wow. Oh, boy.
I'm not allowed to do voices anymore. All right? Gotta trying to learn to survive. Finding time to play video games can be a real challenge. Nowadays, a standard AAA game could take me up to 6 to 8 months to roll the credits. Feel ya. I feel like the pressure to play every big title has become overwhelming, especially to stay relevant on the video game scene. With that being said, games like Gotham Knights, God of War Ragnarok, and Hogwarts Legacy, just to name a few, are literally around the corner. How do you guys decide what game to invest in, and possibly which game, dare I say, games to skip?
Oh, Matthew, I feel the same way
all the time, every day.
And I, like this segment was fun, but it's also giving me extreme anxiety. when I just realized that Midnight Suns, Need for Speed, Callisto all on the same day, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And for me, Kyle, I was like, oh, there's no way. Like I thought this holiday season was slow.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Traditionally, you'd think that. But Kyle, and I'm like, maybe I'm gonna get 3 games. Maybe. I'm right here. I'm staring at the abyss because I'm clicking on so many games, highlighting them of like.
I'm getting half of the games we talked about day one.
Oof, that's a lot. I wouldn't say it. Well, no, maybe. Let me see. Getting Plague Tale.
Yep. 1.
Gotham Knights.
2. Call of Duty.
3. Sonic Frontiers. Only kidding. God of War Ragnarok.
4.
God of War Ragnarok.
Are you getting Evil West day 1? Probably not, right?
I'm gonna wait for Evil West, but that's a maybe.
Okay. Midnight Suns.
That's 5.
Callisto.
Slow down, 6.
And are you getting Crisis Core?
I'm getting Crisis Core. I like.
So that's 7. I'm getting 8. You're getting 7. That's it's crazy.
How do we decide? Honestly, it's what our wallet dictates in that moment. But I'm actually feeling less compelled by FOMO nowadays. Like I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077, and with all the updates and everything, it's such a fantastic game that I'm like, I'd rather just have a committed relationship with Judy at this point. Spend more time with her. Kyle, I got the text. She asked me out on a date.
Ooh.
I think sex is implied.
Oh boy.
Ooh-wee. Oh wait, those were voices. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was trying to have fun on my podcast that I make. Yeah, this is great. 7 games, fantastic.
Yeah.
Scary, but fantastic.
I think to decide like which ones I skip, it's literally like what we just did, and just go through the list and be like, what are the ones that I can't live without in the moment.
Yes.
Right? Like what kind of game speaks to me, what kind of thing that I want to play as soon as possible?
Yeah. Like for me, like I know I'll be done
like what's
with
going to scratch that itch? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I know I'll be done with Cyberpunk by the 18th, or I'll have that as like my 2 games that I'm playing. And then I know like Call of Duty is going to be my multiplayer game that I play with my friends. So sorry, that was a voice. I shouldn't have done that. So to me, I think those 3 games are great to juggle. And then by the time God of War Ragnarok's out, I should be done with Cyberpunk. I should be done with Plague Tale, and I'll be juggling between God of War and Call of Duty. And I can hold out for that month of games. That's how I'm feeling. And then Midnight Suns on December 2nd, Callisto Protocol on the 2nd, Crisis Core. Yeah, like I should be done with Ragnarok by the 2nd of December. So.
And not to mention, around this time is going to be our award show.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be busy times.
There's so many people, so many DMs that I'm in, you guys. This is gonna be the biggest show we ever had, and again, it's like one of the things that's giving me a lot of anxiety recently. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, holiday games 2022. There's so many great games coming out that we're excited for. Hope y'all are. But now, Kyle, it's going back to the gaming news this week.
Oh, we still got news to be squared up.
That's right.
Sources: Sony to ship 30 million PlayStation 5s in fiscal year 23. This comes from Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming. Tom writes, Sony is aiming to ship 30 million PS5 consoles in fiscal year 23. That is March 2023 to March 2024, sources have said. These figures were briefly mentioned in our exclusive report last month on a new PlayStation 5 releasing with a detachable disc drive. Excuse me, sorry, there was a burp that was stuck there.
How dare you?
Since then, sources have provided more information on the anticipated PS5 sale numbers. Production of the new detachable disc drive console is expected to start in April of 2023, with the console hitting the market in September of that year, sources said. It was said that Sony aims to sell 18 million consoles in fiscal year 22 and 30.5 million in fiscal year 23, just shy of a 70% increase year over year.
Oof.
12 million of the 30.5 million consoles in fiscal year 23 will be of the old PlayStation 5, quote unquote, with that console completely ceasing production by the holiday of 2023.
Wow.
It's believed that the new detachable disc drive PlayStation 5 is a means to reduce production costs. Moving forward, the company will only need to manufacture one console, but have the two price points of the digital and disc versions. Presumably, this could mean that the detachable disc drive will be priced at around $100, which is currently the price difference between the digital and standard PS5. Earlier today, David Gibson, a senior analyst at MST Financial, reported on Twitter that Sony's C shipments to the U.S. increased 400% in September 2022 compared with September 2021. Admittingly, these are not all PS5 consoles, but the shipment figures show the ramp up in production and shipments following the COVID-19 supply issues. Sony Interactive reported that as of June 2022, the company has shipped over 21.7 million PlayStation 5 consoles since its launch. Oh boy.
Kyle, this is really awesome. We're seeing a huge ramp up of production. So many PlayStation 5s. We're finally seeing them in the wild. We're seeing them at like Walmart. I almost thought Walgreens. We're seeing them at Best Buys. We're starting to see Xboxes in Best Buys too, and not just Series S's, but X's. Like, things are getting finally fixed. Is this not exciting to you, Kyle?
It is, but that detachable disc drive is still dumb. So that thing alone is going to be $100.
That's what they're going to charge.
So just keep it the console that it is. Just don't understand. Me being a big dumb idiot, I don't understand why this is a thing. Just keep it the way it is. I don't know. It's just dumb.
Well, because like, I do get it. Like, it is a little like that. When you said it, you're like, if you're making this disc drive, why is it like the... Yeah, I think it's to make it assume like it went down in price when it didn't.
Exactly. It's for the facade, right?
Yeah, it's for the facade. It's to get people to buy the digital. Maybe I don't need the disc drive anyway, and just going purely digital. Like, again, over almost 80% of people are buying digital games over physical.
Yeah.
My GameStops are getting sadder and sadder. Like,
oh my god, my Best Buy is real sad.
Depressed.
The Blu-ray section is literally like those kiosks that are in the middle of aisles.
Yeah.
And that makes me so sad. It used to be like 3-4 rows.
It's now becoming all kitchen stuff there too.
Yeah. It's not great.
Yeah. And then like instead of getting a ding
and drones.
when you enter, and drones. It's like, but now like instead of hearing a ding when you enter the doors, it's like, do you have Adderall? What? Do you have Lexapro? What? We need it. And I'm like, does the wall have mouths and does it need help? But yeah, no, it's I think digital is going to be their main focus. And you know, when I go into Best Buy, GameStop's like, even they're just like, yeah, we buy all our stuff digitally. I'm like, you're not doing a good sales pitch for your job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But to this article though, it is cool that we are seeing it more and more in stores.
Yeah.
The wait is over. Hopefully this means the scalpers and the bots, they're buying them all. are a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Hopefully, until at least PS6 and Xbox Series Kyle XY. I don't know. Whatever the next one is. But it won't have a belly button.
That's what I was thinking. That scarred me. I remember walking through Garden State Mall. If you ever want to assassinate me, you go just wait out at Garden State Mall. And I saw a picture.
Rome, New York.
Rome, New York, where we're going to be streaming for 25 hours for children and Miles.
Yes.
Well, Miles is a child, but you get it.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please. I value my life. I saw a picture of like the Kyle XY ones, and it scarred me. I'm like, where's this boy's belly button? This freaks me out. Why is the sales pitch of this kid with no belly button and just it's unsettling? Okay. I think you're right, Kyle. I'm excited to see the supply chain fixed, but Green Gorilla Gamer writes in and they say, "Sup boys."
Sup boys.
Sorry, I did a voice. Well, I'm broke. I picked up a PS3 a couple weeks ago, and in fact, the same day that Aztec King said he didn't think he'd be going back to it, but he is. Ooh. I'm going to start with playing all the God of War games before Ragnarok. Yeah, possibly even platting them. That's it. Let's not get crazy. At 7.5 hours. I'm hoping to have a PS5 before the end of the year, and Ragnarok is going to be my go-to unless you guys pitch me a game I should play on there instead as my first PlayStation 5 game. Which game should I play first on the console and why? And only physical copies I have for PS5 so far is Stray and Internal Drift.
Inertial.
Whoops. But if you sell it, I'll buy it.
So, Green Gorilla.
Yeah.
There is an island where bugs are not just bugs, but also snacks.
Christ, Jesus. Let me leave the podcast. That was great. Let's end it here, Kyle. That was too good.
Let me see. I mean, have you played Horizon Zero Dawn? If you have, Forbidden West, even Miles, I think would be a great first one. But I mean, it's hard to say anything that's going to take the shine away from Ragnarok because, like, we're all eager. We're like, what, 28 days away, 27 days away from Ragnarok? Yep. Like, it is so close. That is all I really want to play at the moment. So I think you're fine with Ragnarok, honestly.
Honestly, I would say Ragnarok ASAP. Then immediately after that, Astrobot. To get the functionality of the DualSense.
1,000%.
The power of it. Then I would say to give yourself a challenge, go with Returnal afterwards. See, the thing is, you're buying a PS5. We think like games are slim pickings, but there's still so many great PS5 games.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Ratchet and Clank too.
Exactly. Like Miles Morales, Demon Souls. You have so many.
FF7 remake games. PS5 version. Yeah.
You got a lot to choose from. So I would say Ragnarok first.
Man, there's a lot.
Yeah, I would say Ragnarok first though.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to steer you away. If you could wait until getting your PS5 to play it, I would even suggest that. But depending on how you are with spoilers.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
All right, Kyle. That's it for the supply stuff. Yay, it's finally over. I don't care how much money Sony makes off these bad boys. I just care that more people get to play and purchase this console because I love it so much. It's time for Flash News. Ready? Ready for it? Gotta run fast. This is the inertia. Can't do a voice, can't even whisper. P.S. This is our Flash News. Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
This one I forgot to put in the Flash News, but I was reminded mid show. Final Fantasy VII, the first Soldier, Battle Royale has been canceled.
Yeah.
It didn't even see light on PlayStation. This was supposed to come to PlayStation and PC at the end of the year.
Was that confirmed? It was coming to console and stuff?
Yep.
Wow.
Canceled. Literally, I think I even announced like this year and just gone already. It's crazy. All right. The bit of Flash news that's actually important. The PlayStation Plus catalog for October. Your PlayStation Plus catalog lineup for October these are the highlighted ones. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the definitive edition. I'm legitimately curious.
It's not
curious. Bad. Dragon Quest
11.
S. Echoes of an Elusive Age. I heard this is fantastic. And Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, Spointer writes in. Sorry, that was a voice.
Spointer.
I'm not allowed to do voices anymore. Hey guys, while it looks like Ridge Racer 2 was incorrectly revealed in this month's premium collection, do you think Sony are releasing a bunch of PS1 classics around the holiday season instead? Dino Crisis, Metal Gear with all trophy support.
Ooh.
From your good UK friend. And King Henry writes, because I want to couple these together. We've seen PlayStation Plus, Extra, and Premium games, and I'm just wondering if anyone else feels very underwhelmed by premium offerings since launch. Yeah, man, this sucks. This is bad, man. There's no way to spin this. You know, if you want to get into the premium offerings because of all the PS1 games, there's still none. Like, for example, the premium classics are Yakuza 3, 4, 5, all on PS4. They count that as premium. Limbo on PS4, that's a premium game. Ultra Street Fighter 4, PS4. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, PS3. Everyday Shooter, PS3. Still no PS1 games. What's going on, Kyle?
I don't know.
Bad.
But I think on the PS1 classic front and PS2 classic front, yeah, the it's underwhelming for that selection. I think all these other games though, it's a pretty great offering this month.
Well, Ask What Not Wyatt writes, with the announcement of this month's PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games, which of the games do you think you'd give a try or recommend to someone to try first?
Yeah. So like, I mean, that Dragon Quest game is stellar. I haven't finished it, but that is a stellar JRPG.
Sure.
I mean, you get Inside, which I've heard nothing but great things, and as an indie boy, it makes me sad that I've never played it.
Ho-Hokum?
But I want to. Ho-Hokum it's definitely weird. It is the weird PlayStation that we talk about. But like we also get the Medium on here for PS5.
Sure.
Like that's a PS5 game that is there for you.
That's true.
All the Assassin's Creed like Chronicles games, which supposedly aren't very good, but like I'm more interested in trying them out than the 2.5 D style. Like there's a lot of really good stuff in here.
Yeah. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 Explorers Edition. I love a good Muso, so let's go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some stuff in here. I still think Dragon Quest Echoes of an Elusive Age is
it's the banger of the month for sure.
Right, let's fucking relax, man. Sorry, I'm cursing a lot. I'm not catching them. I think it's because, guys, let's be honest, I've been really tired and work's been really rough.
Yeah.
It's really making me sad. All right, Kyle, it's time. Are you holding on to something?
Dreams, Joe.
Prepare the drop. I'm not allowed to do voices anymore. These are the latest PlayStation games coming and dropping on the PlayStation storefront this week. All the latest the deals. I can't do it without the voice. Usually I don't even write this down. I have it on the voice. I get so hyped about it. But alas, it's not meant to be. The 10th of October, Final Sword on PS4. Kamiwaza, The Way of the Thief on PS4. Sorry, I almost appropriated that word. Cancel me later. The 11th of October, Astrogios. Come on, guys. Give me better. Come on. Give me a phonetical way to say this at the very least. Curse of the Stars on PS5 and PS4. Cario on PS5, PS4. Letterbox by Pogi on PS5, PS4. No More Heroes 3. Very, very excited to see fans of this game getting hyped for it. The cover art looks great. It makes me want to buy it physical, and I'm not.
This was already on Switch,
yeah,
correct?
It's already on Switch. Yeah. It's awesome.
I love seeing. God, Joe. Not to get ahead, but go ahead with that next title. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I'm glad that people like Rob of Rule 2 are excited for this, and our good friend Donnie over at PSVG. Okay, fine. You want me to say this?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Stroke the Tortoise on PS4. Feel like I should have bleeped that.
The synopsis on the PSN store. It is a $4 game, by the way. Okay. The tortoise is rather large and rather hard.
No!
But that is no reason not to give it a stroke. They love being stroked as much as anything else. Whether they can actually feel it is still up for debate.
What?
Don't let that stop you, get stroking. legitimately from the PSN store.
Wow. I feel like we made this an NC-17 podcast.
You know what, Joe? You might have a point with some of the PSN store stuff.
Thank you.
This one time, I'll give it to you.
Thank you. October 12th, Lego Brick Tales on PS5, PS4. Unusual Findings on PS5, PS4.
Really quick, I was coughing during that part. Lego Brick Tales, really cool.
Yeah. What's it about?
It's basically like they give you almost pre-built like Lego sets.
Ooh.
And then they give you obstacles that you have to actually build the bridges or build the staircases with Legos, and it's like in a 3D space, and honestly, it's literally like digital Lego building. It's really, really cool.
I was gonna say, you talk about like the VR and stuff. I feel like,
oh my god, yes,
you could do AR, VR, Lego
1000%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Damn, they're on it. October 13th. Guys, what are we doing here? Asterix and Obelix, Triple XL, RAM from Hibernia on PS5 and PS4.
Hey, you got it. Nice.
No way, I nailed it.
Yeah.
Crushed it, man. I failed the first two, so I could nail it on the third time. Fueled Up on PS4. The Eternal Cylinder on PS5, PS4. The Last... Come on. Uriku on PS5, PS4. The Witch's House MV on PS4. WRC Generations on PS5, PS4. There's a lot of games this week. October 14th, Cobra Kai 2, Dojo's Rising on PS5, PS4. Dragon Ball, The Breakers on PS5, PS4. Did you see that there's...
No, go for it.
There's a Dragon Ball game in the style of like Friday the 13th. Like,
really?
Yeah, you're like the shittiest characters in the universe, and you're trying to like run from like Frieza and Cell and like Majin Buu.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I saw it on, I think, the blog yesterday. I'm like, this is interesting. I actually think I might give it a try, because you're telling me I get to kill folks as Cell. I'm in.
I was just gonna say that Dragon Ball game sounds like it should be a dance crew battling game.
Absolutely. NHL 23 on PS5, PS4. I should note here, I found out I found my favorite sports team ever.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Is it the Kraken?
It is an NHL team by the name of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, because of Gritty, isn't it? Oh, that freak.
I love him so much. Everyone, do yourself a favor. First off, watch Abbott Elementary, because that's where I found out Gritty exists.
That's a great show.
Season 2, episode 3, right? I think. No, episode 2. This guy's hilarious.
My favorite Gritty thing is... I forgot the actual character name from Game of Thrones, but Queen Tyrell. Yeah. I forgot her first name. You know the thing where like tell Cersei it was me, that meme, but it's Gritty.
Please,
I love that so much.
After this podcast, show that to me.
Oh, absolutely. It's
blank stare. Just I'm rooting for this team every step of the way. God bless Gritty. God bless Gritty and no one else. Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3, Slime Speedway on PS5,
Can't believe there's
PS4.
3 already.
Can't believe it. PGA Tour 2K23 on PS5, PS4. Saint Kotar on PS5, PS4. Star Trek Prodigy Supernova on PS4. And Winter Games 2023 on PS4.
Sweet.
Nice. Sweet.
Can't wait to play Stroke the Tortoise.
Fantastic. And now it is time for our favorite segment of the night. It's time for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. Now, this is where we read all the questions that you send us over on the Trophy Room Discord server, or you send us over on our Twitter at PS Trophy Room. And I also would like to include some reviews. Every now and again, I would like to include some reviews.
Sure.
Okay, I want to read 2 of them. This is the one that
you've been referencing nonstop.
Let's first start here.
Okay.
This is a 5-star review coming from Nathan Hyder over at Apple Podcasts in the US. They write, one of the best video game podcasts around. Joe and Kyle are two awesome people who know their stuff. It's refreshing to listen to a video game podcast that will crack joke, discuss real industry/world issues, and spread positivity and inclusion for everyone. Definitely a 5 out of 5, but it would be a 6 out of 5 if they would just be nicer to Kirby. Please say one nice thing about Kirby.
Kirby's got a big old mouth.
That's right. What's gonna do with that?
Listen, man, I don't know what's in this Coca-Cola Dream flavor, but it is sending me places. Kirby's great. He's my main in Smash.
And listen, we got to be fair, right? Of course, we'd love to send all of us, 5-star reviews. It's important to us, but there's some critical ones. Let's start talking about the one I've been referencing all night. Top 3. That's the title of it. 2-star review. Let's get into it. This is going to be nuts. Listen to this podcast religiously and must say it's top 3 amongst all PlayStation podcasts, but 2 stars. Okay. The content's informative, upbeat, keeps my interest the entire time. I will say the annoying voice imitations, guys, by the host hurt the show drastically. And not only are they not funny whatsoever, but they are also extremely annoying. However, I will continue to listen to the show in hopes that Kyle will smack Joe out of his chair every time he tries to do the Red Dead Redemption voice, or any imitation for that matter. Keep up the good work, gentlemen, and you have a loyal fan of me. 10 episodes later, I stopped listening but came back since I caught up on my other podcasts. Christ, this is an update. Kyle is a great host. Joe, the voices he tries to make kill it for me. Not funny, just annoying for me. Hopefully he realizes it one day. By God, Kyle, by do declare.
What a backhanded review if I've ever read one. Hey, you're the top 3 PlayStation podcast, but you know what? The personality and charm of one of your hosts,
great.
Not great. Not okay. It's not okay with me.
Honestly, I love it. It was a positive review for you. They love you, and that's what I love. Because, to me, listen, I get death threats all the time. That's why I make jokes about you want to kill me? I'll be at, I don't know. I'm gonna be filling up at Speedway in Helden. If you want to come give it a try, just don't miss, I guess. But I get it. I guess I'm easy to go after. I feel like maybe I got thicker skin. I don't know. But people love you, Kyle. I think that's what the takeaway here is.
Oh, don't make this bad review about me.
No, they like you.
I know.
They just hate me.
They don't.
No, I don't. Here's the thing. It is very much like... It's like when you work at GameStop and the Karen comes in and you're like, you need to... Listen. You need to earn my dollar. You need to. And I'm like,
you need to get me the Mario on PlayStation right now.
Exactly. And I'm like, lady, I get paid $8.50.
Exactly.
And I'm a manager.
Yeah.
I'm a third key.
In my history at GameStop, in that situation, I'd be, this is my 3rd job. I work 2 other jobs today.
I don't care.
Give me a break.
Yeah. And in all honesty, I'm going to take the people that listen to our podcast religiously and not 10 episodes later. And someone that comes back 10 episodes later. Listen, you don't like the voice? That's fine. But I'm not going to change it for you. By golly, geez. I'm just going to kind of have fun, poke little jabs. I do this for free for you guys. Of course, patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. I'm here to make the show I want. And the last thing I want is to do weird little radio style segments with weird little static in between. Now time for prepare the drop. In it. I rather it feel like one whole conversation that we're having fun with. And how many times do you do dumb, weird, annoying stuff with your friends? That's what we're trying to do here. That being said, though, listen, I'm all about critical thoughts and stuff. So, to be fair, I want to know what you guys think. Are the voices too much? Should I stop doing them? Because I feel like you guys want me to say yeehaw a whole lot. So let me know. And a person that wrote in that didn't like it, or like me, that's fine. It's fine. Also, let me know, is it when we say yeehaw or just Red Dead Redemption? or just all of it? Let me know.
Yeah.
But again, rate us 5 stars. God of War review helps us out. I've been dealing with imposter syndrome lately. That review really got to me for some reason. Don't know why, because it wasn't even that mean.
The Muffin Man writes in, as someone who's never enjoyed or connected with a Kojima game, what is something Kojima could do to bring in new players for Death Stranding 2 or whatever project he has next?
Dude, just be weird.
Yeah, be weird.
Yeah.
I think it's... when you look at Death Stranding, I think you have to be intrigued by that world.
Yeah.
Of what's going on. Like, I even when like those trailers were coming out, it was hard for someone to not watch it and be like, "Oh, I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to play it because of that." No, it looks interesting and weird and cool. So I want Death Stranding 2 to still be that. Whether or not we're going to be in America, though, that would be interesting. What if we're like somewhere else?
What if Kojima's analyzing Brexit?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, maybe.
That'd be wild.
And he's talking about like the next prime minister, Theresa May II or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. M9 Prime writes it again. I liked it. A question so nice I added it in twice. Question for the Sony Pony Express. Let's do it for real this time. Yeah. Hello, gentlemen. I hope all is going well. Joe, I hope you're over your illness. I am. And in top form. I'm in rare form tonight, sir. With God of War Ragnarok around the corner and the discussion in Trophy Room Talk Room. Oh, look at me. Here in Discord, I was wondering, for a trophy hunter, would playing the PS4 version and then moving to save to the PS5 get double trophies while only playing the game once be worth it in your opinion? Ooh. Wild question. I'm sure the PS4 version will be great, but would it be worth missing the key PS5 features just to get some trophies? I would really like to hear Kyle's opinion because he's the favorite and everybody loves him and everybody hates Joe. I just added that in. That was my own insecurities. Because he has an insanely high trophy count, but they're all fake trophies. That's me adding them in. Also, I'm assuming there's a save mitigation the same way Spider-Man did with that auto pops all the trophies.
Migration is what you meant.
Migration, sorry. What did I say?
Mitigation.
Sorry, I was thinking of being a DK tank in Frozen Throne. It's all about damage mitigation. Blood Death Knight.
All right,
during
nerd.
that time was about damage mitigation. Or was that Frost Death Knight? Yeah, whatever.
Oh my god. Where am I right now? What are we doing?
Welcome to the Blizzard Room.
It's chilly in here. Yeehaw.
Ooh, burr.
I think when it comes to Ragnarok or games like this that have both versions, I will never ever touch the PS4 version. I will go PS5.
Yeah.
If it's an older game that has that ability, then I would do that. So like Borderlands 3, the trophies pop instantly, or at least they should, even though mine are bugged, which is, how dare you? I should have a second platinum for that, but something went wrong. Fall Guys did that. I mean, there are a lot that kind of auto pop. Yeah. But like when you have a PS5 version at the get-go, I will never ever ever go back to the PS4. Unless I truly love the game and I want to get 2 platinums, like Miles, maybe one day. But like,
I'm playing it again. I'm gonna play it again during the winter break for sure. It's a festivus
on the Steam
for the rest
Deck
of this game.
Or on
no on PS5.
Okay,
playing the PS4 version. I already started.
Sweet.
So it's happening. Same like I'm doing with Elden Ring.
Okay.
I have a problem. So I have it on PS5, right? Platted it. Didn't save scum it, Kyle. And and I'm gonna play the PS4 version because I'm a sick man and I need to experience it all again while earning trophies again. So that's what I'll do with Ragnarok. If I really love Ragnarok and there's no like go kill all the ravens again, I'll absolutely go for it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Una 67876. I used her full name this time. Hey guys, hope you're both doing well. I wanted to first say before getting into my question that redheads have a curse. That y'all are dying out. It's true by like 2050. It's science. It's and it is that they are dangerously cute. Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Thanks.
I love. Oh, boy, that's my kryptonite right there.
Look at you. Look at you. Thanks, Aaron Way. Who's that? I don't know. As for my question this week, do you guys have a certain genre you like to play at home or at work if you have a game for when you're on break at school? I have noticed for my game while at school during my classes, I have my VN on my Switch. I have a VN on my Switch. What's a VN?
VPN maybe.
Okay, which is easier for times that I'm in bed or at school. And I play whatever genre at home because I'm on a console. So I throw the ball over to you guys. What genre works better when you guys are away from home and when you're at home? Great question, Yuna. So I don't really stream games. I'm not like a big mobile guy. I do have the Steam Deck, but I actually use the Steam Deck to play in bed. And the Steam Deck's open a whole lot of things, but I'm playing usually really, really weird, obscure indies that I know aren't coming to PlayStation or probably so far away or that I feel like aren't suitable for a console. Like Vampire Survivors is a great example. That game to me is like made for the Steam Deck. It's like a smaller experience. It's like a little shmup. That's fun. But to me, I can't imagine playing it on a PlayStation. So there are just some indies that I feel like translate better to mobile. So that's why I play them on the Steam Deck. When I'm at home though, it's whatever. Like right now, again, playing Cyberpunk, but I'm going to play Plague Tale. I feel like in my older age, as I get older and wiser, sorry, that was an accent. Now you guys get the joke. Tarantino did. I feel like I really do love single player games, any type. I feel like my anxiety is getting to the point where I can't even play like multiplayer games. I don't know.
You need some alone time.
I need some alone time. Like I need a multiplayer game to unwind. That's Sea of Thieves, and one to get competitive, which is Fortnite, or like in a few weeks Call of Duty. But I can't be like switching on and off. You know.
Yeah. I had to look it up. Aaron Way is a character from the Trail series, which makes sense because Yuna loves those. As far as like genres that I'd prefer to play handheld or like on the go, it's more of like the arcadey kind, or the like you mentioned, like bite-sized indie kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like I talked about it on Road to Greatness this week. But like I attempted to play Bayonetta on Switch on the train to Comic-Con. Didn't have a great time with it. And I wish I was playing it on my TV here at home. So I'll play anything at home genre-wise. It's just I really have to dial it in when I'm on the go. Or like now that it's on Switch, even though it's not the best version, MLB The Show or something, like a sports game, something to like kind of pass the time. Yeah.
I'm looking at Aaron Way right now, and as you all know, as a heterosexual man myself, I bend for the anime twink, and let me tell you something. That deep V, you know, the chest pubes that go all the way down to the ball fro, Aaron Way.
Ball fro. That's new.
That's the Step Brothers quote. Let me tell you, no, they're hot, dude.
It's been a bit.
This anime guy. Yeah, I get it, you know. I get it. That said, Kyle, that's all the questions we got this week. It was a slow week, but you see how much fun we had during the whole thing?
Had a great time.
I had a great time. I had a great, fantastic time. But before we get on out of here, Kyle, is there anything you'd like to spotlight before we head on out?
Absolutely. I like to spotlight myself, Mr. KSF on Twitter, PSN, all the things. Go catch all the indie game coverage that we do over at 61indie.com. That's SIXONEINDIE, 61IndieCast, wherever you listen to podcast services. And episode 2 of The Road to Ragnarok with our good friend Kevin Diaz goes live as well this week. We talked about everything we know about Ragnarok and characters and whatnot. So go check that over at PS Source Vids, I believe is Kevin's YouTube channel. Did I get that correct?
That's right.
Yeah. And I'll retweet it audio wise. So just keep an eye on the Twitter.
And huge congratulations to our friend of the show, patron, all that good stuff. Kevin Diaz, breaking his way at IGN, man.
Yeah,
you love to see it. I love when I see friends succeed, man. There's nothing greater in life when I see people that I admire
real talk,
win. Yeah,
real talk. That's how us as content creators and the brotherhood, the family of everyone that does this, that's what they need to be. You need to support everyone's wins and not think of it as like a competitive, oh, that should be me kind of thing. No, we all celebrate each other's wins because that's what we should do.
Yeah, like I'm in rooms constantly with other creators as we go through things. Like like I just mentioned earlier, like me going through a little bit of imposter syndrome and honestly a little bit burnt out, and us kind of just talking each other through it. It's really rough making content, and people think it's easy because they see the finished product. But again, like I'm 20 plus hours behind the scenes making sure these videos go up, networking, trying to get people to do our end of the year, trophy room awards, doing some big projects that y'all don't know about. Like it's a lot of stuff trying to make content for you guys because I'm thinking about Green Gorilla Gamer. I'm thinking about Marcus O'Neill. I'm thinking about Nagachaka. I'm thinking about Jose. Like it's just all these people that I know need this show, that love listening to it, the community that we built. It's what's important. And, we'll get bad reviews and we'll share them to each other. We'll make quick little laughs about it so that it kind of cheers us up. Like this week, when I showed Ains the one bad review, he's just like, man, thank God they don't listen to Cast Co-op. You're 100% right. It's important. So I love seeing people that I admire, I look up to, do great. And so like when I saw Kevin Diaz get that win, and I was in his DMs immediately, going like, how much did you earn this? You grinded so hard for it. So congrats, man. So happy for you. That said, you can follow me over at Mr. Badbit. You can follow the show over at PS Trophy Room on Twitter. You can hit us with a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And it is there where you are entered to win a copy of God of War Ragnarok digitally, or you could go even the extra mile, as it were. You see that, a carpool gaming pun, and you can head on over to our Extra Life link down below. You could throw us $10 over there, get entered to win the limited edition with the hammer and all God of War Ragnarok Collector's Edition. Help kids in need, dang it.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Love
Keep
you so
your
very
wits
much.
about you. Keep hunting. And keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
Bye. Love you.
Got itchy nose. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.